On a freezing Christmas Eve, a poor man trudged through the snow, his tattered coat barely shielding him from the biting wind. He lived alone in a crumbling shack at the edge of town, surviving on scraps and the charity of strangers. His life had been a long chain of misfortunes: lost family, lost job, and lost hope. The bustling streets of town glowed with holiday lights. Children's laughter echoed, and joyful families gathered around fires, warm and content. The man watched them with hollow eyes. To him, Christmas was just another cruel reminder of everything he didn't have: love, warmth, and a reason to go on. As he shuffled past a toy shop, his gaze fell upon a little wooden toy train displayed in the window. It was simple, yet beautiful. His breath fogged the glass as he whispered to himself, "I wish I could give something like that, just once." The words caught in his throat, and he turned away, ashamed of his empty pockets. Hours passed. The town grew quiet as snowflakes fell steadily, blanketing the streets in a soft white hush. The man wandered aimlessly, his shoes soaked and his hands numb. He passed a large house on the hill, the windows aglow with golden light. Through one of them, he saw a little boy sitting alone by a tree. A mountain of wrapped gifts surrounded him, but he wasn't smiling. The boy simply stared at the ornaments, a lonely figure in a house filled with silence. The poor man felt a strange pull in his heart. He looked down at his hands. He had nothing to offer, no gifts, no joy, nothing of value. Yet in that moment, he felt a desperate urge to give. Maybe I could bring him a smile, he thought. Walking back to town, he searched every alley, every corner, hoping to find something, anything. Finally, he spotted a tiny, discarded wooden whistle lying in the snow. It was old, cracked, and nearly broken, but it could still make a faint sound. He picked it up carefully, wiping it clean with trembling hands. This will have to do. He returned to the house, the snow now knee-deep. Quietly, he approached the front door and placed the whistle on the step. With nothing to wrap it in, he simply bowed his head and whispered, "Merry Christmas, little one," before walking away into the night. The next morning, as the town awoke to Christmas cheer, the poor man's frozen body was found lying beneath a park bench. His face was peaceful, his arms crossed over his chest as if finally resting. In his pocket, they found a crumpled note written in shaky letters. "I hope I brought a smile to someone. That's all I wanted." Meanwhile, in the house on the hill, the little boy found the wooden whistle on his doorstep. He picked it up and blew softly, the sound echoing through the empty halls. For the first time in years, the boy smiled. He ran to his parents, holding up the whistle, tears streaming down his face. "Look, someone remembered me. I'm not alone." His parents stood stunned, guilt washing over them. They had given their son everything money could buy, but nothing that mattered. Their time, their love, their presence. The moral: sometimes the smallest gifts, given with the purest heart, hold the greatest meaning. The poor man gave the only thing he could love. In doing so, he changed a life, even at the cost of his own. It was a reminder that true wealth lies not in what we own, but in what we share.